It's the strangest thing. You know, I came out into the woods to look for some fruit and all I found was wild animals. Weird. Huh. Well, I guess I'll fast till summer. Oh, here, Mother Nature, Finland. Alright, so I just want to make a quick video on some of the stupid shit I said on a vegan diet. So I commonly told people that meat would rot in the colon, it was acidic. You're gonna get cancer, your kidneys are gonna fail, protein is bad. And this is just some of the stupid shit I learned from following Dr. Robert Morris. I was completely indoctrinated into the cult, you know, and so you know, I just repeated this information time and time again without really having a really good objective experience with it. And so you know, after spending, you know, I'm on now like 9 months of primarily just eating meat, and I've come to find out that actually humans do pretty well with meat. At least I do, and a lot of other people that I found out. You know, check out meatheals.com. I'll post a link down below. So, you know, if I wasn't capable of digesting meat, I would not be able to function, because I would not be able to digest, absorb, and utilize the nutrients from meat. You know, I would probably be experiencing gas, bloating, and indigestion. I would probably have some inflammation. I would imagine I would be a little inflamed if I was eating a food that I was not designed to digest. But that just isn't the case. And this is the case for a lot of people that are not doing well on a plant-based diet. They go to a more carnivorous approach and they have great results. And so how could that be if we're not physiologically designed, or I don't really like using the term design, but if we're not capable of digesting meat, then why are so many people doing better on meat-based diets? You know, wouldn't there be some sort of issue if we weren't capable of digesting meat? And just the whole idea that it rots in the colon is just, it's like almost laughable, because plants rot in the colon. It's like the term indigestible fiber. It travels into the colon and it ferments and it's broken down by bacteria. And yeah, we do get to utilize some fatty acids from it, but just a very small percentage. And that's why so many people fart on a plant-based diet, is because they have indigestible matter traveling through their intestines. Like, it's, I don't know, it's kind of funny. And just the whole idea that we want to eat like an alkaline diet, because, you know, stay away from acids, they're bad, okay? It's also laughable, because just look at the meta-analysis that I posted in one of my past videos of people on a omnivore diet eating meat. They consistently have higher bone mineral density scores than people on a plant-based diet. And so, you know, answer me that one. If meat's so acidic, why do people have denser bones who eat meat than people who practice a plant-based diet? And I'm not saying this to just bash veganism. I have no issues with people that practice a plant-based diet. That's totally cool. I like the diversity. But at the same time, just you know, regurgitating and parroting this piss poor information is just not helping people, because people are in a position where they're not doing well and they're stuck and they're scared to try something else, because they're told time and time again that veganism's the way, and that, you know, we're designed to digest plants. When, I mean, just look at the digestive capability and the function of a primate. I'll post this up right here. You know, like a primate has a much larger colon, much smaller intestine, larger cecum. So we clearly have a different, you know, digestive capacity and different digestive function than a primate. We have a larger small intestine for digesting and utilizing the animal foods, and have a smaller colon because we're not adapted to taking in as of large quantities of plant matter, and we don't have the cecum because we do not ferment and break down plant foods very efficiently. And so these are just some of the stupid things I said on a vegan diet. You know, I would spew information like we're a frugivore species because look at primates, they have hands like us, and just not really going very very much into the function and the science behind the digestion.
All right, so since we're on the topic of digestion, I just wanted to add this short clip on digestion. I found this study. So what it says is it's interesting to note that humans, uniquely among the primates so far considered, appear to have stomach pH values more akin to those of carrion feeders than those of most carnivores and omnivores. So in the absence of good data on the pH of other hominids, it is difficult to predict when such an acidic environment evolved. Baboons have been argued to exhibit the most human-like of feeding and foraging strategies in terms of omnivory, but their stomachs, while considered generally acidic at about 3.7 pH, do not exhibit the extremely low pH seen in modern humans of 1.5. One explanation for such acidity may be that carrion feeding was more important in humans and more generally hominin evolution than currently considered to be the case. So this means that throughout time in our evolution, we were more carnivorous than we have thought to have been. And that alternatively, in light of the number of fecal oral pathogens that infect and kill humans, selection may have favored high stomach acidity independent of diet because of its role in pathogen prevention. So what this is saying is that we have an extremely low stomach pH that is very well adapted to animal foods and killing off, harmful virus and bacteria with such a low pH. So this may mean that, throughout our history, we probably scavenged for a lot of our animal foods. So say after an animal was killed, we probably went and scavenged, the remaining parts of it and consumed that for food, for sustenance.
And it just doesn't make sense that we've been a frugivore species. It's like, or that we don't digest meat. I mean, how did man get here? Man clearly is all over the world. Clearly there's not fruit all over the world. So somehow we made it here, even though we can't digest meat and it's not designed for us. Don't you think that we might have died off if we were eating a food that we weren't designed or capable of eating? It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, at least to me. And I don't care what people eat, but I just want to see everyone get better. And whether or not that's on a plant-based diet or on a carnivore diet or this diet or that diet, I think just sharing this information and dispelling some of the myths and dropping some of the fear around animal foods is important, because I get emails on a regular basis from people that are just absolutely in the hole with the plant-based diet, especially following Dr. Morris, especially because I think some of the shit he says is absolutely ridiculous.
But as you work at a much more refined level, you will find you won't need to eat near as much as you used to. I don't eat hardly anything to stay this size because I have bounds of energy, because I don't get my energy from foods. I get my energy from the Supreme Being in myself. Fruitarianism, I can cut myself. I wouldn't bleed. I wouldn't have any pain, and I wouldn't even know it was there. And next thing, it was healed in a day or two.
But that's just me. I do think he has some good stuff that he talks about, but just ingraining the idea that people are a frugivore species, like I see that doing long-term damage. I mean, especially around people that I personally know. Whether it be eating disorders, just digestive disorders, all sorts of issues come up when you're trying to live on a source of food that doesn't give you all of your essential nutrients. And I'm not saying people can't do it, but what I am saying is a lot of people struggle on it, and that when they come to eating meat or incorporating animal foods, they're getting something that's helping them and they're doing better. One of my very best friends was following Morris for a couple of years and just doing horrible. At the 2-year mark, he was just like chronic fatigue, couldn't digest anything, was having to fast all day because as soon as he ate food, he was just, he was down. And now he's eating up to 4 pounds of meat a day, and he's thriving, and he's doing super well, and he has really good energy levels and just like excellent digestion. And so I would like to bring him on to do a testimonial, but he's got a lot of stuff going on, and he's in a different part of the world, so the time zone's a little quite a bit different. But anywho, guys, I just wanted to, you know, dispel a few myths, and hopefully we don't have as much fear around trying to incorporate some animal foods. The last point I want to hit is the kidneys and protein damaging the kidneys, and making sure to not eat protein when you're, you know, to get your kidneys filtering. And if you just listen or talk to a world-class nephrologist, somebody that's an expert in the kidney function, such as Jason Fung, I mean, this is like his line of expertise. He will tell you protein and protein metabolites, or the metabolic waste from protein, does not damage the kidneys, nor does it even damage or further impair the kidneys of somebody that has renal damage or kidney damage. But what has been shown to cause kidney damage is when somebody has long-term high blood glucose levels, or extremely high triglyceride levels. It's not the cholesterol, it's not the protein. There are other issues causing this. And so I'll also put a link down below with his website. I'll put a link down below for meatheals.com, so you guys can check out some other testimonials. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is just a quick rant. I just want to say, sorry for spewing a bunch of bullshit while I was on a plant-based diet, and that if you're not doing well, don't hesitate to have a ribeye if you so desire, because it's probably not going to kill you. It hasn't killed me yet. I'm doing a lot better. And so, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and stay tuned till next time, guys. Thank you.